So this video is going to be a brutal, honest video on how you can grow a small account into a big one. Basically flip your account, right? So there's a lot of people who have maybe 200 bucks, 300 bucks, even 500 bucks, and they're looking to triple it or quadruple it or even take it to $10,000, right? And although it is possible, it is highly unsustainable. So what I mean by that is when you flip your account, do your absolute best to get out of the market and then actually use that money to fund and take a prop firm challenge. So, Funder Pro, whether it's the CFDs or the futures market, Funder Pro, they actually have a futures prop firm. So we can talk about that in the future, but let's get back to the basics, right? I want to set the expectation for a small account, right? We're talking about a $300 account where you take it and you flip it to a $2,500 account, all right? So the first thing that you actually need is a high leverage account, okay? So if you don't have access to a high leverage account, I'm gonna recommend a broker. I can provide the link in the description below, but basically I use GatesFX because you can get up to 1,000 leverage. You don't need that much, but it's definitely gonna help so you can actually make those aggressive trades. Secondly, when it comes to the strategy, I don't know what your strategy is, but I'm gonna share mine right here. So let's get straight into it. That way we can knock out a strategy for flipping small accounts. So you can see right here that I'm actually on NASDAQ. I'm actually gonna get rid of all of these drawings really quick, and then we'll get straight into it, okay? I don't wanna waste any of your time. So you can see that NASDAQ is actually at its all-time highs. So right here, you can see that price is literally at that resistance, right? Marking a all-time high again. So here was a price, and then price actually came up here, and now it's down here. So this is a solid line of resistance. So let's just find another support area. I'm gonna actually scale into the 4-hour, and then we'll find another one. So let's get rid of this really quick. Kind of scrunch down my screen a little bit. And then let's go ahead and find another key level. So right here, I can definitely see a key level playing out. Basically this right here, so this extension, and then at these areas right here where price continues to basically support that area, right? So this is a support, and now we can actually get into finding this strategy that I'm actually talking about. So the strategy is very simple and concise, but that's what you need when it comes to flipping accounts. You need high probability areas and high probability trades. So I take my price from support to resistance and so forth. Really simple. So guys, once you have a solid support and resistance, you want to look for either a break and retest. So basically a break of structure, retest on top of the resistance, and then a continuation, or you need to look for a break of structure on the support, a retest, and then a continuation. So right now you can see that NASDAQ is kind of confused. It doesn't know what to do, but we can see that there was a clear break. It went back for a retest, but then it fell back into this line of this channel right here that we're looking at, right? So it came all the way back into the channel. It's coming up near that resistance again, which means this kind of looks like a bearish sentiment. So one second, guys, let me let's do this really quick. Okay, so what we need to do is basically understand that market is going to be in the most high, you're basically going to be in a high probability trade setup when you're making a sell, right? So right now this looks like a sell opportunity. So I'm going to put my stop loss above this exhaustion wick, and then I'm going to take my take profit to the next support area. So let's take it right here. How you do this is you just type O on your keyboard and then go ahead and hit risk, and then let's go ahead and toggle to the sell, right? So let's do this. let's do $1,000, and then you're gonna see my profit, right? So this is my potential profit if it does go all the way down here. And that is gonna be a 1-to-5 risk reward ratio. So I'm gonna do some math right now. So write this down, take some notes. You need to have at least a 40% win ratio, and do not take a trade if it's not at least a 1-to-3, right? So if you're risking $100, look at my keyboard, $100, right? And we have our take profit. Let's do it again. Sorry guys, it's way down there, jeez. Right? This is a 1-to-4, almost a 1-to-4. So I wouldn't get into the trade if it's at least 1-to-2, so $200. But if it's above a 1-to-2, then go for it. So this is a 1-to-3.5 risk reward ratio setup. So I'm gonna get into the trade. So here's the main reason. You take 10 trades, you lose 6, so you're down $600. But if you win 4 of them, right, you just made 3 times what? 3 times 4. So you're up $1,200 and you're down $600. You're still in profit $600, okay? So now, out of those 10 trades, you took your, let's say, $200 account to $800 and you want to continue trading. Do you get excited and want to take 2 or 3 more risky trades? Well, not necessarily, because on average, most traders are going to be winning around 30 to 40% if you're a decent trader. Let's just be honest, right? And you want to be able to get those wins in as soon as possible, and then take that money, the real money that right now, right? And then use that money to buy a challenge, whether it's Funder Pro, whether it's top tier trader, any of these credible prop firms. Put that money into a challenge, and now you have the ability to actually get funded up to $100,000 in capital, where now you don't have to risk half of your account, right, and blowing it in 2 or 3 trades, because now you have the ability to acquire $100,000, and then now you can easily risk $1,000 on one trade and lower your risk reward to maybe 1-to-2s. So let's go back into the setup, right? I'm gonna go to the sell, and then I'm just gonna execute for you guys right here. So you can see price is starting to fall already, and I'm in the trade. So right here, you can see that I am negative $3 basically. That's basically because of the fees and all that. And now I'm in a high probability trade, because we sold at the resistance, and the likelihood of price coming down to this area is high, and vice versa. So you can do the same thing, right? If price was down here, I would wait for price to break into this area, come down, and then consolidate for a little bit, and then buy it, right? That is how simple trading can be. Do not overcomplicate this stuff, especially when you're trading on a small account and you're trying to double it, triple it, quadruple it, right? Like, get a few good trades in and then get out, because it's unsustainable. Let's just be honest. I'm sure you've tried it multiple times, and you got your account up and you're super excited and you're like, man, if I do this a couple more times, I can take my $500 account to 10,000, and then what I can do with that. Like, we've all done it. I've done it, you've done it, your friends done it, people, big YouTubers have done it. But let's do something just more realistic, okay? So if you have $500, deposit $500 into GatesFX or whatever broker you want to use. I use GatesFX. And once you make 3 winning trades, right? So if I'm risking 40% per trade, right? I have the ability to get up to around $3 grand or whatever the case is. I'm just doing simple math. Once I get that, I still have money left over and I'm able to actually put money into a challenge account, okay? So work smarter and not harder. If you're looking for more strategy on how to actually grow small accounts, go ahead and reach me at Unlock with Nate. You can go to my website if you want to just have a 15-minute conversation at unlockwithnate.com. And then I do have some strategy breakdowns on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and watch the full tutorial breakdown. If you're new to trading and you don't want to trade with new money, just go to GatesFX, you start trading, and then you can basically open up a demo account with fake money and start practicing and stuff like that. So yeah, GatesFX, you can get up to 1,000 leverage, and that is the most important thing you need, especially if you're trying to, you know, risk at least 30% of your account on one trade, or 40%, even sometimes 50%. I would recommend it. But again, guys, let's be realistic. This is a super aggressive strategy to, you know, get funded and put a little bit of money in your pocket pretty quick. You do have the risk of blowing your account, losing all of your money, right? But that is the whole point of flipping your small account to a big account. So I just wanted to keep it raw, real, unscripted. And I know it's possible. I've done it multiple times, but again, you know, this is a realistic expectation that I just want to set with you guys. So if you guys have any questions, again, I'm a quick responder, so you can reach out to me on Instagram. If you have any questions about recommended brokers, you can hit me too. And you know, if you need tips on Trade Locker and everything, we can talk about that as well. But that's about it, guys. Break and retest is what I use to take advantage of the markets when I'm growing small accounts. Okay, so that's all I got, and thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.